I am Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Tricks to eating more vegetables on the keto diet. Tricks to eating more vegetables on the keto diet. So give me a thumbs up, please, if this topic is something that you need help with or that interests you. Tricks to eat more vegetables on the keto diet. So do I have a lot of thumbs up? Are people pretty excited about this topic? Or are you like, oh, I don't want to talk about vegetables. Why is she talking about vegetables? Anyone? I know, right? Vegetables can be like a intimidating topic for a lot of us. We feel like, it's one of those things we know we have to do, right? We know it's good for us. We know it's healthy. We know it's nutritious. We know it fills us up and, prevents us from snacking on other like keto-liciousness, ice cream and junk food and, other stuff. We know it's good for us, but for some reason we still have trouble. That's why we're here. So I reached into my underwear drawer today. Yes, these are mine. They are so ugly, you guys, but I'm holding this up for you. For shame, for all the embarrassment, because we need to put on our big girl panties today. We need to put them on and we need to face some of the facts. Did I get a laugh out of anyone for that one? My big girl panties? But seriously, we have to put on our big girl panties. We have to face the music because I truly believe that vegetables are the magical elixir for sustainable weight loss. I believe eating more keto-licious vegetables when prepared in fabulous and fun ways are really the secret to making the weight loss happen and to make it stick and to make it stay stuck forever. That's what we want, right? No more yo-yo dieting. So today, you guys, I'm going to share with you eight tricks to eat more vegetables on the keto diet. Are you excited now? Did I get you fired up? I showed you those big girl underwear. Come on. We're all going to have a good time here today. So let's start with number one. Number one, here's my first tip to help you guys eat more vegetables on the keto diet. The first tip is to dip the vegetable in fat. Okay, you're like, what is she talking about? Dip a vegetable in fat. Like dip, baby, dip. Dip, baby, dip. Yes, I am singing. I know. You might be running out of the room by now, but I'm trying to make my point. If you have a vegetable, a keto-licious vegetable, and you dip it in some kind of a fat, for example, artichokes dipped in, wait for it, mayonnaise or butter, right? If you eat one of these keto-licious vegetables and you pair it with some kind of fat, what's going to happen? Tell me in the comments, please. Tell me. For me, at least, it is going to taste a heck of a lot better. Now, think about the other types of foods. Keto-licious, low-carb vegetables. What else could you potentially pair them with? So I'm holding up a bell pepper here. If you don't like bell peppers, think of another vegetable. Now, what could you dip this with? Dip, baby, dip. Dip, baby, dip. What could you dip it with in order to make it taste better, more tolerable, more enjoyable, get you to actually eat more vegetables? Now, some of you might be out there saying, okay, all right. She's got a point there. Maybe if you dip it in a little bit of ranch dressing or some other salad dressing, a raw vegetable such as a bell pepper might actually taste delicious, right? Okay, stick with me here. But dip, baby, dip is not just about ranch dressing. It could be potentially, one of my favorites, peanut butter. Notice the teeny tiny container. I'm going to come back to that in a second. But it could also be something like what? Put it in the comments. I would like to hear your ideas just as much as I show you mine, but I'm going to show you two more before I ask for your comments. And one of them here is hummus. Hummus can be low carb, providing that you are staying within the serving size, which can be tricky, for me at least. Or maybe you are looking for something, I call this goop in my house, maybe a different type of goop, a dip, like from the deli or from the grocery store. You don't have to pre-make everything. It doesn't have to be, from your recipe. You can actually buy things like bitchin' sauce. I know. Isn't that fun? My daughter loves to say this. Mom, get me some bitchin' sauce. Pick this up at Costco. It tastes like the salad dressing at Togo's on one of their Southwestern salads, if you like that sort of thing. Another family favorite is the artichoke and jalapeno dip that we buy at Costco in bulk. I also like spinach dip from any number of delis. But the point is, all of these types of dip, baby dip, dip, baby dip. Are you singing with me yet? This is a simple little easy way for you to sneak in more vegetables, right, on a day-to-day basis on your keto diet by making it taste just a little bit better. Now tell me what your favorite dip is below. Is it one of mine? Is it one of yours? And if you have a tip for helping yourself maintain a little bit of portion control, that would also be helpful to hear. So I hope that you'll share a tip if you have one for portion control. You know, things like buying them in smaller containers or pre-portioning it out in a small bowl. Another one of my childish favorites is my every other technique, where I'm dipping and then I will eat it and then I have no dip. And then I'm dipping and I'm eating and then I have no dip. So I skip. Just trying to slow my roll when it comes to the dipping. Now, you don't have to have a dip, but this is just a trick, 1 of 8. Remember, I'm going to share with you 8 to help you guys make yourself eat more keto vegetables so that you can feel full, get that nutritious value, and fill up your tummy so you're not, heading off into the keto cookie land. So what's another one? Let's go to number 2. This one, I like to say, make it extra easy.
That was easy.
Make it easy.
That was easy.
That's the suggestion for number 2, is making it easy. And what I mean by that is make it easier for yourself to eat more low-carb, keto-friendly vegetables. I love celery. I know I've talked about that a lot in the videos. I don't know if I love it. I just think it's great because it doesn't smell at my car. It's easy to portable. I can put it in a backpack. You can make it, cut it up once. It's good for a day, a week, a month, right? Well, lately I've been buying these at Costco because they're already pre-washed and pre-cut. Could I get any more lazier? Could I? Now, let me know. Is there a vegetable that you have figured out how to make it extra easy? Right? The button?
That was easy.
Because sometimes cutting up even an ear of celery or washing off, a little keto-licious, low-carb vegetable snack, sometimes that can just be exhausting. So what is your trick? Tell me in the comments for a pre-washed vegetable, a pre-cut vegetable, a pre-portioned vegetable, a pre-cooked vegetable. I showed you that celery that I buy at Costco, but let me know what your little hack is, because I think that there is a lot to be learned from one another. So many people, they start the keto diet and they're like, oh, I have to buy a fresh organic cauliflower. And then I have to go home and I've got to grate it by hand into riced cauliflower. And then I'm going to use that riced cauliflower to make pizza dough from scratch. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow your roll, Missy. Let's make our lifestyle easier so that you're actually going to follow through and do it. Yes, you can go buy it organic and grate it and blah, 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 blah. However, that's a lot of work. And if that is interfering with you actually eating more keto-licious vegetables, then take some shortcuts. Buy it already pre-washed, pre-cut up, pre-prepped in little florets if you need to. Buy it frozen if you must. Even get the pre-riced frozen cauliflower. Yes, pre-riced, pre-everything, already ready to go in little packets. Ready, ready, ready. That way there's no excuses, right? I keep those in my freezer at all times. Now, pre-cut vegetables for one meal can be, a little bit of work. But what's great is if you have it done once and you do that prep work yourself, you can also keep some of the leftovers. Oop, it's spilling out at me. But you can keep the leftovers in a little Tupperware or glass bowl, a Ziploc, what have you, and then you can use it for later. This is pre-cut up jalapenos. Spicy. Spicy and good. These always kill me when I'm trying to de-seed and devein them. So I always try to convince my husband to do it for me. And I ask him, pretty please, put some extra in this container. Then I'll use it to top like little low-carb pizzas I'm making on portobello mushrooms. I'll add them to my air fryer omelets that I'm making. Or just adding it to season whatever tonight's dinner is. I might be roasting up some vegetables and doing like a Mexican theme, fajitas, tacos. And then I've got it already ready to go. So whenever you do get all that effort and motivation to cut up some vegetables or pre-wash them, make sure to do extra for yourself. Now, I know it seems like some of these tips might be obvious. You're like, okay, number 1, dip, baby, dip. Okay, number 2, make it extra easy. Remember?
That was easy.
But seriously, when you are starting off a diet or you're really trying to lose weight, too many of us, we convince ourselves we have to be perfect. We have to do everything right. Otherwise, it doesn't count, and that's cheating. Well, I disagree with you. I really believe and I share so many of my tips on how to keto smarter, not harder. And I share that in the book, Extra Easy Keto. Now, the reason I share this in tricks, in charts, in cheat sheets, in chapter after chapter of Extra Easy Keto is I want you to be successful. So I've just been taking notes over my, last 10 years. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing? How am I doing it? How have I lost 140 pounds? How have I kept that off for almost a decade? And all the tips that other people share with me in the Facebook support group online. I've been taking notes on all of those and trying to put together little cheat sheets and chapter bullets and ideas and organize them all in one little place for you. That way you have that reference and you're not searching around, going to Pinterest, asking your neighbor, blah, blah, blah. And then meanwhile, not eating enough vegetables. So that's why I put together all those cheat sheets and whatnot inside Extra Easy Keto, just to make it extra easy for you. That's number 2.
That was easy.
So number 3, I know this one's a little silly. I'm trying to be fun. I've got 8 to get through. And this is number 3. And this one I'm going to call the surprise party. Like, ta-da! Surprise! Come on. No one's laughing yet. I'm really trying. I really want you to have fun when you visit the podcast, when you listen to the videos. I want you to go, that Stephanie is so crazy. Seriously, I'm going to talk about number 3 as the surprise party. Now, what I mean by that is prepare a vegetable in a new and surprising way, and you just might shock yourself. You might be extra surprised. You might be like, oh my goodness. And then you're celebrating and shouting from the rooftops. So here's an example of how to have a little surprise party with yourself when it comes to making potatoes. Potatoes? What? Where's my gong? There's no potatoes on the keto diet. No, ma'am. They're way too starchy, way too high in carbs. But if your family or you miss having the little baby potatoes around in your life, what could you do to make a nice, delicious, low-carb keto substitute? Any guesses in the comments? Please put it there. What's a good comment? What is a good substitute for baby potatoes? Surprise! Here it comes. Ready? Okay, did anyone think or say or write in the comments, radishes? You are like, girl, is she crazy? I am not crazy. This will shock you. It will awe you. It is the most exciting surprise in your Keto-licious journey. I'm going to tell it to you right now. Now, here's the trick. If you wash these up and you cook the bejesus out of them, you cook them to death, and you add a lot of salt and you add some fat. Plenty of salt, plenty of fat, and you boil the bejesus out of them. Surprise, they are going to taste just like baby potatoes. They are even going to look like them. One of my favorite ways to cook them is in the slow cooker. Whenever I'm making any kind of a roast or chicken or anything that's going to be cooking a long time, I'm telling you, cook them to death, add some salt, add some fat. They're going to be so beautiful and look just like baby potatoes and taste like them too. Now, what is another surprising birthday surprise vegetable that you could cook in a new and surprising way? Let me know in the comments if you have a vegetable that you've tried that shocked you when you cooked it differently, or just one that you didn't even know you liked until you tried it that way. Put that in the comments so we can all learn from each other, pretty please. Now, another one I want to share with you is the eggplant. Now, eggplants, a lot of people are like, this is just a weird thing. What do you do with it? How do you peel it? Do you have to peel it? It's bitter. It's squishy. Do you eat it raw? Do you eat it cooked? A lot of people get really freaked out about eggplants. Do you? Now, I admit, it took me a lot of trial and error to figure out the way I liked it best. But what surprised me most was when I actually put this on the barbecue. I didn't peel it because that's way too much work. I'm lazy, remember? And I just sliced it into nice thick slabs, either circles or up and down. And I just threw some salt and olive oil on top and put them on the grill. Oh my goodness, home run. It tastes so soft. It tastes so sweet. It's so delicious and so filling. Who knew, right? Now, if you are still hung up on the whole baby potatoes thing, some of you are like, I can't even hear about eggplant. I'm still working on the baby potatoes. Check out the recipe on page 53 of the No Time to Cook cookbook. There's a nice recipe there for you. You can follow it exactly. It's called hot-footed home-style potatoes. on page 53 of the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. So check that out. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, she is amazing. She surprised me. That was number 3. So you guys, speaking of surprises, I often pick people from the comments to win a prize. Yes. Now this can be whether you are live, listening right this second, or you're listening next week or next month or even 6 months from now. I like to go back and pick winners from the comments. So you don't have to be live. It can be later. And this is going to be the prize for today. Ooh, keto stickers. Nice. So if you would like to win an assortment of beautiful keto stickers that I actually had a beautiful lady design for us, well then, put that in the comments. Say, pick me. Pick me. And I will send you, if I pick you, some beautiful assortment of Keto-licious keto stickers that are so fun to help you stay on your journey. Now, I like to put mine all over my water bottle, my laptop, my hydro flask, my bike. Where will you put yours? Let me know in the comments. Maybe that'll help get you picked, right? Anyway, that's lots of fun, and I'll pick more than one person, I promise. So please participate by commenting away. We having fun? Okay, let's move on to number 4. Now, number 4 is a good one because it's going to be talking about French fries. French fries. You're like, wait a minute. Did she really say French fry? Yes, number 4, my tip is French fry. And what I mean by that is to take a keto-licious, low-carb vegetable and try to figure out how to make it into a French fry. Because we all love French fries. Everybody on the planet, even toddlers. We love the deliciousness. We love the finger food. We love the saltiness. We love the fat. So try a couple of your favorite vegetables fry style. Now, a couple that I would like to recommend you try would be using zucchini spears. I think that works out really nicely. They hold together. They don't like fall apart so much. Another item, reaching into my bucket here to show you my examples. Another example would be asparagus spears. They also hold up really nicely and can transform into a French fry. And then my last example, and I know you have probably more, but my last example is green beans. Whoop. Hello. Hopefully I didn't turn the camera off. I just dropped a bunch of green beans. I'll check while we're chatting. So what are you going to do to make those items turn into a French fry? What would you do? How would you make those taste delicious like a fry? Can you tell me in the comments, please? Anyone feeling brave? What would you do to make actual green beans taste so good that somebody would think, oh my gosh, she's making French fries. Okay, maybe not exactly French fries. You see how I'm being like kind of optimistic here. But what would you do to them to make them taste that yummy? Well, I can tell you what I would do. What I would do is I would coat them in some kind of fat first. So that could be egg. It could be an egg mixture with half and half, an egg mixture with heavy cream to make it like sticky, like glue. Or you could brush with oil. But normally what I would do is brush them with some sort of beaten egg mixture. And then I would roll the items in some kind of fry faux-ness. And what I mean by that, for me, it would be maybe Parmesan cheese, maybe almond flour, maybe a little bit of ranch dressing, maybe all these things sprinkled together. Pork rinds crushed. What would you roll these items with in order to make them fry-like? Now, you can't just roll them in egg, roll them in this, roll them in that, and then put them in your mouth, right? You got to cook them. So what I like to do is either bake at a really high temperature, like 425, 400, or better yet, air fry it. If you have your air fryer, that's the bomb. Then it'll get nice and crispy and fabulous. You better dip it in ranch or we are not friends. No ketchup. Ketchup's too high in sugar, right? And someone in the comments just put jicama fries. Yes, jicama fries. That's also a really great idea. And in fact, I think I have that recipe inside Dirty Lazy Keto Get Started, don't I? In the first book. This book here, the Dirty Lazy Keto Revised and Expanded. There's a recipe for jicama fries. So check that if you have your copy. Anyway, be creative, people. The French fry can be a broad term. Don't be scared. Try something new and fry it up. It's going to taste yummy. You're going to be so shocked and surprised. So that was number 4, is the French fry technique. If you want a really good recipe to try and you have your copy of the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook, I highly recommend page 126. It's the Freedom Asparagus Fries. I'm going to show you a picture of them right here if you're watching on the camera. This is the Freedom Asparagus Fries, page 126. And this is in the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook. You know I got French fry type recipes in all the cookbooks. Because you know I love French fries, and we got to get creative, people. So you're welcome. Now, anyway, if all this vegetable talk has got you worried, which I know some people out there are like, okay, I want to embrace the French fries. I want to embrace the surprise party. Okay, I'm with her so far, but you might be kind of hung up and worried about all these carbs and eating too many vegetables. Is anyone worried about that? Okay, I understand if that's a concern of yours, and I did put a whole video together about that very topic, and it's called, Do I Count Carbs and Vegetables on the Keto Diet? I will link that up next, so you can address all your questions and concerns there, because it kind of depends. My answer is a little complex. I know, you're like, really? Yes, it's not so easy. So if you are worried about that, stay tuned for the next video about do I count carbs in vegetables on the keto diet. It's on YouTube, and I'll send you over to that link after this. So number 5, let's keep going. Number 5, my suggestion for you to eat more vegetables on the keto diet is to fatten them up. Fatten up your vegetables, people. Now you got to do what you got to do to make it taste better. So what could you add to your vegetables to make them taste better? You could add the salad dressing. We kind of talked about that with the ranchness. We haven't talked about cream cheese. Is that something you could add in a way, like celery and cream cheese, or mashed cauliflower with some cream cheese added? What about sour cream? What about adding heavy whipping cream? We just talked about that with rolling asparagus fries or French fries in some kind of coating like glue, and then getting a crispy outside coating and then putting them in the air fryer. But you need something, right? If you're having trouble eating vegetables on the keto diet, I challenge you to add some kind of fat. Be creative. Here I'm holding up a jar of basil pesto, purchased from Costco. Didn't make it myself. Be creative. What could you do? Please share it in the comments. I can't throw that because I don't want it to spill, because I love my pesto on some tomatoes with some mozzarella. So good. Yes, there's simple ways that you can do this, right? Now, here's a fun one I just came up with. I was at my grocery store yesterday, and I know they're kind of smushed, but these are little pads of pesto butter. Hello. And they normally sell these with salmon, like to make baked salmon with the pesto butter, but they, I guess, had extra, and they were selling them. And you can go up to your deli and try to buy these things if they sell them in your neighborhood. I think it's kind of fun, and I might add these flavored butters to all sorts of keto-licious vegetables to make them taste better. Not just the salmon that they were doing, but I'm going to add this to other vegetables. Butter is amazing, and so is oil. Choose the oil of your choice, of your choosing, that your vegetables will taste so much better when they're cooked in butter. We got to let go of our grandmother telling us to steam vegetables. Remember that? Low fat, no salt, no sodium, no fat, no deliciousness, no taste. Then you're not going to eat them. Or if you are eating them and you don't have trouble, you don't need this podcast. You're good. But it's the people who are struggling and say to me, what can I do? I'm only eating one vegetable a day. Okay, well, let's figure out the vegetables you do like. Let's start with them. Let's say it's broccoli. And what can you add to the broccoli to make it taste better? You could add oil. You could stir fry it. You could add oil. You could bake it. You could add cheese. Cheese tastes everything better, right? Figure out what you can do. You can eat it raw and dip it in some kind of a low-carb, keto-licious salad dressing. You could add hollandaise sauce to your asparagus. Think of ways that you can make your vegetables taste better using fat. So please share in the comments what you can think of, if you can think of a vegetable fat pairing that you like. It's okay if I already said it. Just say it in the comments. That way I know what you like and you're committing to it. Yes. You like that? So let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is for you to, I wish I could make this ching. Wouldn't that be fun? I'll pretend. Here's my alarm clock, and I want you to start early. This is an excellent tip. It's something I do to this day. All these strategies I actually do, even though I like vegetables, because I just don't want to mess up. I don't want to go back to my old habits. So I keep these going. And one of mine, number 6, is to start early. I like to add vegetables as soon as I wake up at breakfast time. You're like, what is she talking about. Seriously, if you're struggling, this can be a really good way for you to add some quick vegetables to your diet. Now, do any of you like egg bites? Egg bites are so good and so easy, and they're such a fun way to just throw in all your leftover vegetables from the week, like in those little containers, and just mix them up and bake them in egg cups. Now, I made these when I was on the Today Show. I was on NBC's Today Show with Al Roker. Here I am with all the ingredients. And what I loved about that cooking session that I did for America, for 6 million viewers, terrified out of my mind. But what I did during this episode, it was called Make Ahead Monday, and I showed how you can use the same ingredients, prep them once, and use them to make 3 different meals, and egg bites was one of them. Because, let's face it, we cut up all these vegetables, we want to use them again and again and again, whether it's for a soup, whether it's for tacos, whether it's for an omelet, whether it's for egg bites. Lots of ideas. So give that a try. Start early in the morning. Now, would you add broccoli to your egg bites? I certainly would. What else would you add to your egg bites? Bell peppers, onions, jalapenos? What would you add? Ham and cheese? There's no vegetable there. So think of what you would add to your egg bites and put it below in the comments. Now, what about a morning smoothie? I had one more idea for you for starting early. And here I'm holding up a giant tub of spinach. That was $4. And then look, I had 3 $1 off coupons on the front. That's right. So I got it for $1. This giant bucket of spinach. So I'm determined to use it, right? So one of the things I can do is make a smoothie in the morning, and with some ice, some low-carb yogurt, or some sugar-free non-dairy milk like almond milk. Add a couple of berries maybe for some natural color and sweetener, and a huge handful of spinach. It actually does taste sweet when it's all mixed up. So that's an idea for you. Or you can make creamed spinach, all sorts of yummy stuff. You don't have to just have your breakfast food at breakfast and your dinner food at dinner. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. But my recommendation when you're struggling with eating enough vegetables is to start sooner in the day than later. Don't wait till dinner, basically. Start early. And you get a lot of benefits too, such as feeling full and not munching on, snacks all day. Fabulous. I am thinking it through there. So let's move on to number 7. We got 7 and then we got 8. Number 7, my idea for you is this one's kind of fun. I want you to get spicy. Holla, spicy. Oh yeah, spicy. Salt, pepper, herbs, salt seasoning mix. Do whatever you got to do to make your low-carb keto vegetables taste different and fun and interesting, right? Here's a favorite one of mine. It's called Slap Your Mama. I just like it because of the name. It cracks me up. Another one I love, I talk about constantly because I'm so classy, is ranch powder. I feel very classy with my ranch powder. I use so much of it that I buy it in a giant tub. That's correct. Am I blushing? Something else I really love is the blends, the seasoning blends, because I'm so lazy. Here's an example of Greek seasoning. That way the balance is already done for you. It's a one-stop shop. Italian is another seasoning blend that I enjoy. What is your favorite seasoning or salt blend? Do you have a brand that you like? Someone recently turned me on to this one. It's called Cajun's Choice Blackened Seasoning. Oh, it's so good. I've been dipping my artichoke in mayonnaise mixed with a little lemon juice and a whole bunch of this Cajun's Choice Blackened Seasoning. I bought it online, and it is to die for. Lots of bells, lots of buzzards, because I'm addicted to it. But it makes the vegetable eating fun. It mixes it up. It keeps it fun and interesting and spicy. So number 8. See, are you getting some good ideas here? Which one do you like best so far? Put it in the comments. Number 8 is fake the fun if you have to. Fake the fun if you have to. If you're not having fun, fake it, people. Try to get excited about your vegetable eating. Do whatever you got to do to make yourself have a good time, okay? Be silly. If you like finger food, that's kind of fun. Maybe you want to try some zucchini boats. I'll give you a great recipe to refer to. It's on page 131 of the Dirty Lazy Keto Cookbook. It's called Zucchini Boats. They're amazing. Let me show you the picture of them. They're so good and so easy to make. Have you ever thought about making boats out of your zucchini? You can fill them with basically anything. Taco meat, Italian meat, sauce, cheese. Makes it fun to eat because it's a boat. Boats are fun. You're still on the wig I'm putting on, right? Are you laughing still? But seriously, when you're making it fun, when you're having a good time with what you're eating, all sorts of things become entertaining. Like, I know this sounds silly, but we do a lot of theme nights at my house. Taco Tuesday is an example. And my kids love Taco Tuesday. They love using romaine hearts, romaine lettuce leaves in place of tortillas. I never forced this on anyone. I simply made them for myself. I offered them corn or flour tortillas. They eventually chose not to use them and just started eating what mom was eating. I know. Isn't that amazing? I did not force them. That's the key, people. Role modeling. But anyway, it worked. Now on Taco Tuesday, we all use these lettuce wraps. So much easier, so much more affordable, so much healthier, sneaking in more vegetables. Another fun theme night that I like to do to have a good time is Mongolian Monday. Mongolian Monday, you ask. What is that? Well, what I love about Mongolian Monday is my husband cuts up all the stuff, like meats, steaks, chicken, pork, whatever kind of meat we have, and then a million different vegetables. And then everybody in my family chooses to make their own bowl with their own vegetables added, and then we each cook them over an open flame in a giant frying pan. So it's like the Mongolian barbecue restaurant, if you've ever been to it. It's like an Asian-themed restaurant. So I'm holding up my chopsticks and soy sauce here. It's delicious. It's easy. Instead of rice, I make, you guessed it, frozen rice, cauliflower rice. Just throw that in the pot, and it's so yummy. Plus, everyone gets to choose the vegetables that they like for their bowl. Choosing is key. And you might be willing to try something new when it's already cut up and it's all on a little display for yourself. So it's like a personal stir fry, and it makes eating vegetables on the keto diet more fun. Would you agree? Plus the wig, I know. But tell me your ideas to make vegetable eating fun and silly. If it works for kids, it's probably going to work for you. Think of it that way. But I know I shared with you 8 of my little tricks. I'd love to hear a trick or an idea from you in the comments as well. Even without the prize, I just think it's fun to learn and support one another and share ideas. So I hope that you feel brave enough to write something in the comments, and then I can gather more ideas, just like I shared from all the posts and research I did and my own personal experience in Extra Easy Keto. It's helpful to have all these ideas in one spot. And remember, you guys, it's little tiny baby steps. Just try one of these ideas that we came up with today. Just one. I talk about the concept of baby steps so much in Extra Easy Keto because I'm convinced that it's these baby steps that actually get you to the goal. That's how you lose weight in a sustainable, long-term way and have success, is by taking little tiny baby steps. It's really the key. And I know it's a theme throughout the book, and you'll see the little pictures of the baby steps and little pull-out quotes throughout. So that's my thought process, you guys. I'm here to support you. I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to answer your questions and make videos on topics that are, that you're struggling with. And I'm here to celebrate all of your milestones. So please tag me in your posts, ask questions, get involved, subscribe to all the channels. On YouTube, I have new videos every week. The podcast, there's new videos every week. Join the Facebook support groups and stay there and come on to the Facebook and get involved and ask questions and post and share, because that's how you are going to be successful, is by holding yourself accountable and celebrating every little step of the way. I'm getting too excited. I know. I'm starting to scream and yell and throw my arms in the air. So make sure you stay tuned if you wanted to watch that next video. Remember what it was called? It was Do I Count Carbs in Vegetables on the Keto Diet? That's going to be the next video I link up next. And give yourself a round of applause. Yay! You did it. You did it. You did it. You stayed for the whole episode, and you had fun, and you saw me in my wig, and you even saw my crazy big girl panties. It was fun, right? We had a good time.